these are the guys I give all the credit to. All the credit to. You know, these are the guys you don't hear about. You don't hear about the Salsoul crew. You don't hear about Vinny. You don't hear about Bobby. You don't hear about Boz, Blue Eyes, Batch, Abby, Tito, Raul, Danny Dan, TT Rock, Ronnie Ron. You don't hear about these guys. And this was one of the baddest breaking crews in the 70s, 74, 75, 76. You know, they were bad. In the Bronx, they were feared. They were feared. You know, I mean, these guys used to look for places and look for people to break against. You know, and this had to do with an all Hispanic breakers.
While Batch, a founder of the Bronx Boys, is said to have been introduced to breaking from a black kid named TT Rock, Norrin Rad, 2018 grams.
My name is Batch. I'm the founding fathers of the Bronx Boys rocking crew, and I'm 56 years old, baby. The first time I saw b-boy, which y'all call breakdancing, was in 1975. When little TT Rock fell to the ground from an up rock move. It was a 360-degree turn in the air. And when he fell on the ground, we all thought he was gonna break his ass, and he did these little weird moves on the floor, and we mimicked his moves. Fascinatingly, this took a turning point from up rock to rocking. Twins or something like that. But you had also people like Band too, like African American brothers. So let me get to the point, because I don't want to delay this. Mm-hmm. So the first person that I saw going down was an African American known as Little TT Rock, Troy Rowan, in 1975, right there back of the court where they used to play handball at. Little TT Rock was doing an up rock move, and he fell to the ground because he was a basketball player. He type of kid that just loves to hang out with Puerto Rican people, but he was no joke. Like, we had a lot of respect for him because Little TT Rock had some type of a psychological complex why he couldn't hang out with his own people, but he likes hanging out with Boricuas. Mm-hmm. So he was a part of us, but when he said something or he got into a deep subject about his roots, we would just look at each other like, yo, you better listen. Because he reminded us like Mayweather type of guy. You know, he had that appearance, and he used to love playing basketball. So his thing was trying to always do a 360-degree in the air to dunk the ball. He was a tall young brother. Mm-hmm. So when he fell to the ground, he was falling back. And people was like, oh, be mindful. We ain't had no car balls, cushion, none of that. And he tried to do this fancy stuff, a move 360-degree up in the air, then come down and do his little shuffle. And his favorite thing was like this shotgun move. That's where I got that from, a Little TT Rock. Mm-hmm. So when he fell to the ground, and he didn't got hurt, but what happens when we fall on the snow? You ever seen an old lady fall on the snow? And
There were two teenage dancers who were members of the all-black Zulu Kings. One of those dancers was known as Beaver. Beaver innovated a sporadic style of footwork while his hands were on the ground. This footwork became the main foundation of their dance. The other dancer was known as Robbie Rob. He created the first chair freeze. This freeze was a pseudo headstand with the elbows tucked into the waist as the legs were crossed one over the other and elevated. What they started was a type of dance style that went down to the floor with footwork that became known as floor rocking and would finish with this unique chair freeze pose.
Yes!
Wow.
Let me tell you, Robbie Rob is my teacher's teacher, my man Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee, he taught Bobby Lee that. Bobby Lee taught Boz, and we all were doing it.